Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to be before you on this fantastic Monday evening. Listen, I want you guys to do me a favor and join in. Come on in. I am excited to be before you on this lovely, amazing afternoon or evening, I guess, as we are with one of Chase Great's co authors, Miss Kameika Hinson, and we have so much information that we're going to share on this fantabulous evening. So listen, do me a favor. Make sure you have shared this broadcast. Make sure you're sharing this broadcast with your communities. Make sure you are sharing this broadcast within on your timeline because we have so much to share with you on tonight. This is the kickoff. This is the launch to volume 3 of Coach My Life. Listen, each and every year, Chase Great and the amazing coaches of Chase Great come together and we produce a anthology for women who are looking and seeking healing in specific areas of their lives. And most times when you start off in coaching, you really for the person who needs coaching, you really don't know what you're looking for. You don't know what coaching includes. You don't know how are you supposed to show up? What are some questions that you're supposed to ask? So the Coach My Life anthology is our rendition of coaching in a book. It's coaching in a book. That if I could sum up what Coach My Life is, it is coaching in a book. So listen, I want you to come on in. I want to give you some time to come in so that we can go ahead and start answering some questions. I'm excited about today's discussion because I have so many questions to dig into to Kameika on tonight. Grief coach Kameika, I'm excited about that. And so I wanted to give her a chance to share this with her audience, to share this with her community so that her audience can also learn more about her and connect with her as a coach. So again, welcome everyone to tonight's live discussion. We are going to dive deep into grief coach Kameika and really learn who her ideal client is, the problem that she solved, and why she feels her message can change lives in the Coach My Life Volume 3 anthology. If you've never checked out a Coach My Life book, if you've never worked with one of the coaches of Chase Great, if you're looking to become a coach and you're trying to figure out what is it that I need to do, you need to tune in to this experience on tonight because we're going to answer some of those exact questions. This is the kickoff to the pre-launch of the book. The book officially comes out December 5th. Comes out December 5th. Listen, make sure you click the link in the caption so that not only you can go ahead and purchase your copy of the book, but so that you can go ahead and register for our live training, 5 ways to win during a pandemic. Not only are we going to have a fantastic time with Kameika tonight, but we have the rest of our co-authors lined up for the rest of the week. So I hope that you're ready. I hope that you've set your alarms. I hope that you have penciled us into your schedule so that you can join us, so that you can learn with us, and so that you can see what you can do and implement into your lives as we move forward in this pandemic. Listen, don't let this pandemic stop you from being the exact thing that God has called and created you to become. So for those of you, if you are new to the Chase Great platform, if you are new to me as a coach, I am LaToya Early. I am your vision coach. I support Christian female startup coaches. I help them discover and master their authentic message. I help them massively increase their online visibility using their words and monetize their signature coaching programs through my on-demand coaching and content niche certification program. So listen, I've said enough. I've done enough introduction. I hope Kameika's ready because I'm super excited and I'm super ready. I hope that she's had the opportunity to share this out on her social media platforms. Make sure you come on in. We would love to know who's in the community. We'll love to know who's watching us live. Come on in, introduce yourself, leave us some hearts, share some love with us, share this broadcast on your platforms. If you're catching this on replay, make sure you hashtag replay. We are super excited to connect with you. So without further ado, I'm done. I'm done with the grand entrance. Okay, the grand entrance has happened. Of course, we do this so that we can give this some time to hit Facebook algorithm so that people can start coming in and catching all of this goodness that we're going to share on tonight. But I'm done. So now I would like to introduce to you Chase Great's co-author to the Coach My Life Volume 3 Anthology, Grief Coach, Kameika Hinson. Thank you so much for joining me on this fantabulous Monday night.
Hey.
Listen, I hope you are excited because I'm excited. Y'all know I can't help it, especially because why? I love Mondays. And so Mondays just make me excited. And then I get to sit down with this amazing coach who's going to tell us the problem she solves for her ideal client. And listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Kameika is one of the coaches that is currently enrolled into the niche certification program. And when Kameika first came into the program, we really start working through her messaging. We start working through the problem that she's called to solve. We start working through her ideal client. And when I tell you, when she starts sharing with me why she's been called to this place that we're going to talk about tonight, when I tell you, it just gave me so much joy. It really connected to personal experiences. It connected to women all across the world who have experienced the same thing that she's going to discuss tonight. And these are the exact reasons why we focus on niche coaching and the Chase Great coaching program, because we strongly believe that you've been called to solve a specific problem. And it is our responsibility to not only help you get clarity in the problem that you solve, but really help you create a crystal clear message so that you're speaking to your ideal client. So, Kameika, let's go ahead
Yeah.
and get started tonight.
Okay.
The first thing I need you to tell the world, first, I need you to go ahead and, do your own little intro real quick, because I done took up a whole lot of time so far. I know, I can't help it. I can't help it. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. And of course, I need you to tell the world what type of coach you are and who do you serve.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not seeing the stream on.
It's on my page. So if you go to my page, you should be able to share it out from my page.
It's not showing up on your page.
Really? I was wondering. Let's see here. Yep, it's on my page, and I tagged you in it.
Oh, wow.
I know. Look at there. Look at there. Yep, it is shared out, and you are tagged. It is on my page, and I shared it in my group. It is shared in the community. So you let me know once you find it. If you go directly to my page, you should be able to see it.
There may be a delay with my phone, but
Let me know. So while Kameika is looking for us on her timeline, I want to, of course, encourage you guys to hashtag replay. If you are catching this on replay, I am going to drop the link for you to register to the 5 ways to win during a pandemic so that you can take the chance to learn the different strategies that the coaches have to offer you. I'm excited about the virtual book launch on December 5th at 11 a.m. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you are available for the virtual book launch on December 5th at 11 a.m. It is an absolutely free event. We want you to join us virtually as we celebrate the co-authors of this amazing project, and so that you can get strategies on how to win during a pandemic. I know that some of us have gone through this pandemic, and some of us may feel like, I know why it's not showing up. This is hilarious. So I know that some of So I know that some of us may feel like we've been struggling through the pandemic. The pandemic may have, caused some ruckus in some different people's lives and have shown up differently. But I want to come to encourage you and let you know, especially for those who are in Michigan, we just received, notice that we're supposed to be pausing during the holiday season. And we know that, things can seem uncomfortable. We know that this is a time that things are completely upside down. But listen, I want to encourage you and let you know that God still has the final say so, right? And I want you to join us on December 5th at 11 a.m. as we share strategies, as the coaches in the community come or a part of this project come and share strategies with you, 5 ways to win during a pandemic. So listen, finally we got this going. I've been talking for 10 minutes and nobody was seeing us. But that's okay because you're going to catch it on replay, right? You're going to catch it on replay. And we're going to start this thing back over. And we're going to go before. This is hilarious. Okay, anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. So, Kameika, please, again, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Of course, I want to ask, what type of coach are you and who do you serve?
Of course. Well, my name is Kameika Hinson, and I am an author, minister, and a grief coach at my nonprofit organization called Jeremiah's Journey to Healing Ministries. I help women who have had miscarriages and infant loss cope with loss and heal by faith. And I do this by coaching them on ways to heal from emotional trauma and activate their faith through purpose discovery.
I love it. I love it. So, helping women heal from personal trauma. What type of trauma do you focus on with with the women that you serve?
The trauma of having a miscarriage and or infant loss.
Okay. And so what made you want to hone in on such a specific niche? Because here, check this out. So one thing that, of course, that we talk about at Chase Great is learning how to be specific in your niche and get clarity, right? Get super clear. I had someone ask earlier, how do you know how narrow your niche should be? And so when you're able to be specific with who you serve and you're able to be specific on the problem that you solve, then this really opens up the floodgates of people who are looking for your solutions to their problem. So I want to know from Kameika, what made you want to hone in on such a specific topic?
Okay. Well, in 2017, I experienced a miscarriage and I was distraught basically. And I felt like I didn't have any support. I felt like I didn't have anybody that understood what I was going through. So I was very vocal about what I was going through. And I found that a lot of people were coming to me and disclosing to me that they had experienced a lot of the same things that I had experienced. And it was hurtful at the time. It was very hurtful at the time, trying to help other people heal. And I wasn't healed myself. But
Yeah.
I knew that that was what God called me to do.
And you know what? This is such an amazing space to really create dialogue in, because one, I just recently talked about how as coaches, as Christian coaches, I know that, most often we're taught in the coaching industry to find a niche that's popular, right? Find a niche that's popular, find something that people are going to pay for. And so when I started out in the coaching industry, I'll never forget how God very clearly called me to be a vision coach. And I didn't understand what that was or what that included or what I was supposed to do. And so when you are specifically called to solve a specific problem, we have to make sure we're healed in that area so that we can bring forth our greatest to our ideal client. And that area of loan, a woman experiencing miscarriage, a woman experiencing infant loss, you know, that is a very traumatic space, because one of the things that we do is we blame ourselves. You know, what did I do wrong? Or God, are you punishing me? Or, you know, all of these different things that go through our head when this happens. And so you're telling me is that you've been called to coach the women out of that dark space so that they can experience purpose and really truly understand that process and what God wanted them to experience during that process.
Yes. I actually created a program called Guilt to Greatness
Cool.
because because when I had my miscarriage, I did feel very guilty. I felt like it was something that I did to make me have a miscarriage. I remember getting very upset with my child's father, and I felt like maybe I should have just sit down somewhere, and maybe I should have just not gotten so upset. So I did blame myself.
Wow. So oh my gosh. Okay. So not only did you have to go through forgiving yourself, but you had to go through forgiving your child's father.
Yes.
Because listen, if y'all want me to go there, I'll be super transparent. Maybe. Maybe I should. Nope, I'm not going to go there. But you had to really forgive the father, right? Because the father did not understand what you were going through. The father didn't understand what you were going through psychological. He didn't understand what your body was going through. He didn't understand what your heart was going through. So not only did Kameika have to forgive self, because of course we blame ourselves for whatever reason, but she also had to forgive the father because he wasn't showing up and being what Kameika needed him to be for her.
Yes.
See, so good. So good. So now you've been called to the place where you support other women who have experienced miscarriage, you know, maybe multiple miscarriages, maybe multiple infant loss. Tell me, in that space, what is it that you're looking to help that woman achieve?
Basically, I'm looking to help her achieve that she can live a life of greatness after a miscarriage or infant loss. Because once you feel so guilty, you feel less of a woman. Honestly, you really feel less of a woman. And I am just here to help her to understand that just because you had a miscarriage, and just because you had infant loss, that does not make you less than any other woman on this earth. You can achieve whatever you set your heart to achieve.
Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. If for those of you who are joining us, if you know someone who could benefit from this content tonight, I'm asking that you share this broadcast. When we're talking about this is a very touchy subject that a lot of women don't come out in the open to talk about, because again, we suffer from shame, we suffer from guilt. We don't know how to express how it should feel. How, you know, there's women go through these experiences, and you know, people that they'll go and seek comfort from will tell them to just get over it, it'll be okay, maybe you dodged a bullet. Like, what kind of encouragement is this that you telling me, right? So this conversation is needed. And so I'm so excited to have Kameika on tonight, because this is not a discussion that I've been able to have with any of the coaches in the community, because this is the first time that we've had a grief coach come through our program and say, I want to establish a platform where I want to be the expert in supporting women through miscarriages and infant loss. So listen, y'all, this is really a good discussion. And so if you know know anyone, any woman that could be on your timeline, any woman that could be in your family, and they've had this type of hurt, they've experienced this type of trauma, I want you to share this broadcast on your timeline, tag them in the video. Even if you've experienced this personally, you may not be ready for a public, announcement, but drop us some hearts, throw some emojis, really connect with the content, because this is your breakthrough moment. And you know what? I love this because I'm so excited about the 5 ways to win during the pandemic, because there are women who have experienced miscarriages and infant loss through the pandemic. And because media has made going to the doctor such a scary thing to do right now. Like, who wants to go to the doctor? They're going to say that I have something, or they've had to suffer it alone because people don't want to be around other people, or being safe and being cautious but still being in a space of fear. Listen, this is the time that if you've had these experiences, if you've had miscarriages, if you've had infant loss, if you've been unable to conceive, this is the time for you to say, you know what, I'm ready for the breakthrough. I'm ready to be healed, because I know that there's something greater on the other side of this. And so this is where our grief coach, Kameika, comes in, and she can definitely support you in that space. So I wanted to just make sure that this is a safe space for women. And if anyone wants to reach out to Kameika, in private, inbox her, connect with her. This is what God has specifically called Kameika to do, and it is to support women who have experienced this type of trauma. So Kameika, let's go ahead and talk about the book, because this book, first of all, when I read her story, the stories in this anthology just completely blew me away. Let's just say that. You just don't know what people go through, man. You just don't know, and you don't know how similar your stories are. You'll look at people, and you'll create this preconceived notion of who they are, and they don't go through anything, or they haven't experienced any challenges. But reading Kameika's story, I'm reading it like, oh my God, maybe I should hire Kameika. Maybe I should go through, like, there's just so many different thoughts that I had, right? And so I want Kameika to go ahead and start telling us, giving us a quick synopsis about her chapter, about her contribution to the project, and just tell us, what are we to expect as the readers really indulge in your story?
Oh my goodness. Well,
I know.
well, my story talks about my miscarriage, but with this particular chapter, I wanted to explain my why I was so set on becoming a mother. And I know that a lot of people, a lot of my followers, and my name is Kameika Hinson, and my stepdad did legally adopt me. But I wanted a child so bad because my biological father was not in my life. And it was like the trauma that I went through just with that. I don't remember him being in my life until I think I was like 8 years old. And he introduced me to one of my sisters. And then things got kind of sketchy again. And he came back around. I would say I was about 12. Things were good. Well, not good, great, but they were okay. And I had to basically just grieve the loss of someone that was not dead.
Wow.
Because my biological father,
Wow.
woo, my
Wow.
biological father told me something that, yeah, I could not get over. It took me a minute. And then I was like, okay, so I gotta have this child. I gotta have this child. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to have this child so that I can show that I'm a better mother than he was a father. And then I had a miscarriage. And that was detrimental. And it wasn't until I started going to counseling that I realized that all of this stuff had a connection to my father not being in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So think about it. So, and this is such a great space because I was just having this conversation with my brother in law, my sister's husband, my brother in law. And he was saying how he parents his children. He said, you know, I parent my children and I make sure that I'm the father that I didn't have. And so I'll never forget one day I was chastising my kids, right? And so I'm like, wait a minute, you know, I want to make sure that I don't do what my parents did. And the Holy Spirit instantly convicted me, like, check, let me check you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't parent from hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You don't parent from brokenness. You don't make life decisions based off of the space that you've been broken in. This is why healing is so important because there's so many women who are making decisions such as bringing children into this world, marrying certain people, you know, taking certain jobs, staying in certain relationships because they think that they're avoiding or doing the opposite of what a parent did. And all you're doing is projecting that hurt, that insecurity, and that brokenness on that child.
Yes.
So, so good. So you're telling us your chapter is about the why. Why were you so eager to have a child? Why were you so? And so you talk about the story of your father, your biological father. And I know there are so many women who share this same story. So many women who share the same story of, you know, fatherlessness, and you're struggling in this space of fatherlessness, and so you're looking for ways to fill the void. How can I fill that void? Oh, I can have my own child and love my child way more than my father ever loved me. Let me tell you, my father, who I miss so much, passed away last year, August last year. Just the other day, I was in the bathroom. I was getting ready to start my day, and I'm like, I can't take a shower. It's, you know how when you use a towel, it smells like a wet towel? That bothers me. That's way too much information, but it smelled like, okay. So I had to go in and I just cleaned the entire bathroom. So I was laughing to myself because it reminded me of my dad. My dad was such a stickler about the bathroom. He would, I mean, when you clean the bathroom, you wasn't missing a speckle in this bathroom. And so I'm saying that to say is that, you know, with him, I remember that that was an experience that I had. And there could have been a moment where I would get angry. I used to get angry, like, oh, he was so aggressive and so mean, or whatever the case may be. But now I embrace it because I've been healed from those different areas that used to aggravate me as a child or used to aggravate me. And so I'm sharing this to share with the women, you know, that suffer from fatherlessness and you're looking for different avenues to fill the void. You have to heal in this area, or it's going to constantly keep showing up and it's going to constantly keep reminding you of that emotional brokenness. So I absolutely love it. Is there anything else you want to share with us about your chapter? Who is your chapter for?
My chapter is for, it's basically for someone that is going through grief and they want to live a life of greatness. I do specialize in miscarriage and infant death, infant loss, but I can definitely relate to having to grieve someone that is not dead.
That's good. That's really good. That's a good perspective. So tell me this, what problem, if you were to sum up when the reader, because one of the things that I love about the way that we structure the read is that we're not just sharing our story, but we're sharing our story to relate so that you can, as the reader, realize that you're not going through this alone. And so the way that we structure the chapter is that we share our story, but we also provide strategies on how to get through these particular struggles in your personal life. So in each chapter is structured where, you know, the coach that we share our story, but then we coach you through it. And one of my favorite spaces are the Coach My Life questions, where you can really sit down and answer certain questions that can help coach you through the process. And even the Coach My Life challenge, where we really want to challenge you to really break through and break free from that bondage. So if we were to really kind of sum up the problem that you'll be solving for your reader, what problem would you be solving? What would you be helping them solve in their lives?
I would be helping them to solve the problem of, I would help them to show gratitude for show gratitude even though they have experienced trauma. I hold on, let me pull this up. I would help them to be respectful, and I would help them to make sure that they present themselves a way that they are respected, because they need respect after a miscarriage or infant loss. Impact. They must, they can use the trauma that they have been through to create such an amazing impact in the world. And I am going to be working on my purpose discovery program to help them create that impact.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're going to look forward to. And the experience. When I had my miscarriage, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to celebrate a loss. So I went and I got this huge tattoo on my back. And it is a picture of my baby with the golden halo and the angel wings. And it says in Jeremiah 1:5. And basically, I just wanted I wanted to remember that experience. Although it was traumatic, I wanted to remember it. And last but not least, to have faith. You've got to have faith. And the thing that I did recently to show that my faith in God is still there, I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair. I know a lot of people don't understand why I dyed my hair this color, but once you have a miscarriage, the child that you have after the miscarriage is supposed to be your rainbow baby. So I dyed my hair the colors of a rainbow to signify that I am going to have my rainbow baby. Whether I have it naturally or whether I adopt, I'm going to have my rainbow baby. And that is just, that's my faith. It is my faith in God. He's going to give me the desires of my heart.
And he is. And he is. Listen, I love this. I just dropped the link in the comments. So if you have not purchased your copy of the Coach My Life Anthology Volume 3, the link is in the comment. If you have not registered for our virtual book launch on December 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can use that link to register as well. Because Kameika is going to come back. She's going to come back. Oh, yes. And she's going to do some training. She's going to do some teaching on how to release, how to be released, how to move forward, how to break the bondage of grief, how to break the bondage of despair, and really move forward. Listen, when Kameika just talked about her rainbow baby, it's so funny because I used to ask God, like, Lord, why you ain't give me a daughter? I wanted a daughter, right? I have 3 boys. I'm like, why you didn't give me a daughter? He said, because the women that I'm getting ready to send you, listen, you're not going to have time. So just focus on. And so sometimes we got to look at things through a different perspective. And one of the things that you just said is, I may not give birth to this baby physically, but the baby is coming. And what I want you to know is the babies are here. There are women who need you, Kameika. And one of the things I love about Kameika, y'all see this smile? Kameika came all the way to Michigan for our book launch, for our photo shoot. We did a photo shoot for the book launch. Kameika came from Atlanta to Michigan, and she did the photo shoot with us. And when I tell you that bubbly, laughing, joy spirit that she has, I'm like, where did this come from? Bring it back. I need this back. This is absolutely who she is. And I love it because this is the joy of the Lord that people need when you're going through such a traumatic experience. Yes, we can sit back, we can be bitter, we can be mad, we could point blame, we could say who did what, we could do all of these things. But at the very end of the day, you have to say, okay, Lord, why? Show me why. And what you just said, Kameika, is I may not give birth to this child physically, but I know that I'm going to birth babies. And so that alone just makes me excited because that leaves room of opportunity for the women that come to you, the women who are barren, the women who can't conceive, the women who have problems with conception or carrying to term, how you're going to help nurture them and help them birth purpose. Listen, y'all don't get me started, okay? Because I can go all the way there. And I'm so excited about that. So listen, here's what I want to know. Since you've enrolled in the Chase Great Niche certification program and you decided to come along with us and really build out and be a part of the Coach My Life Volume 3 anthology, tell me, what have you gotten out of this experience so far?
I would like to say that I have gotten accountability out of this experience. When I tell you my coach will check me, honey. But I appreciate that. I really do, because I do know that I do have a real fear of success. And I love it that when you see me slacking, when you know the things that I'm capable of, but I'm not doing them, and you will be like, excuse me. I love that. I need that in my life. I love it. That is the most amazing part of this journey for me.
I love it. I appreciate that so much. One of our viewers said that you are a whole midwife and you don't even know it. Listen, I love that just made my skin just tingle, and it just makes me so excited. Because one of the things that I can say is that God really does show me. He shows me who you are. And so it's really hard to convey that message when the person can't see just yet of how amazing God has created them. And so for you to say that you appreciate, because I'm gonna come after you. I tell the coaches all the time, if you're not ready to birth what God has given you, do not enroll into my program. Like, don't even do it. Like, if you want to come in and just play around, listen, this is not it. So I appreciate that. And I want you to know that, my diligence is because I see what God has called you to do. I can see that in you. I can see why you've gone through the things that you've gone through and the challenges, even from the weight loss to to everything that you've experienced, because the women that you're going to support in your business, you're going to literally help them transform their life. Literally. Right? So listen, let's go ahead and end this on a good note, a good, nice, positive note. I told Kameika, I said, I sent out questions. So this is for the rest of the co-authors. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now. I just may ask you questions that I did not send you. It just all depends on what the Holy Spirit does in the moment while we're talking. So I hope that you're ready and I hope that you're prepared. So listen, I want you to tell us 3 things about you, Kameika, that we cannot Google.
Oh my goodness. I am, I seem a little bit shy on camera, but I am very, very aggressive in person.
Y'all hear that? If y'all read her Facebook post, y'all already know that. That's not something that you have to Google.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, I thought I toned it down a little.
Man, what's the next one?
um, let me see. What's the next? I don't know.
It got to be something we don't know.
Maybe it's something I don't want to share. Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. She trying to keep secrets from us. Y'all see this? Y'all see she trying to keep secrets. So okay, it's cool. So Kameika owe us two more things that we can't Google about her. So for those of you, look, you have people in the comments saying that not toned down at all. Oh, so they putting all your business out in the comments. So I just want you to go back and check that out. I love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. So Kameika owes us two more things that we can't Google about her, just so that we can learn more. So when we do our virtual book launch on December 5th, I'm gonna be looking for those other two things that we can't Google about you.
Oh
So
my
Kameika, please
goodness.
tell everyone how can they connect with you if they're looking to join your guilt from guilt to greatness coaching program. If they're looking to connect with you to learn more about what you do, how can they connect with you?
Okay, they can follow me on Instagram at JJ2 Healing Ministries. And I also have a Facebook page, Jeremiah's Journey to Healing Ministries. And you can always follow me on Facebook, my personal page.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So what Kameika's gonna do is she's gonna go ahead and tag her business page and put her Instagram and everything in the comments for you so that you can have easy access to that. But don't forget to click the link that is in the comments and register for our virtual book launch. This is the pre-launch. This is our pre-sales. We're in our pre-launch space, and we are going to do our official virtual book launch on December 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you register for this free experience. It's the monetary investment is going to be free, but we ask that you invest your time. We ask that you invest your attention so that you can learn 5 proven ways to win in a pandemic. Listen, we are going to be here again tomorrow. We have our second co-author, and we're going to, who am I meeting with tomorrow? I think I'm meeting with Dr. Toya tomorrow, or is it Diana? I think it's Dr. Toya. One of the two. So sad that I don't know off the top of my head. But we are going to be here again tomorrow, and we are going to speak with another co-author who's going to really share her experiences as a coach. She's going to talk about the problem that she solves for her ideal client, and she's going to talk about why she's been called to coaching. Listen, this platform, what we do in the Chase Great Niche certification program, Diana just checked me. She said, no, boo, I'm on Wednesday. So that means tomorrow, so that means tomorrow I am meeting with Dr. Toya Sherman. She is a career coach, and she's going to talk about purpose in your position. Listen, I am so excited about this one because so many times we think purpose is in church. We think purpose is on the usher board or in the choir stand. We think that purpose is between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. And so once you learn how to live purpose from sun up to sundown, it completely changes your life. So make sure you join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. here on my Facebook page at LaToya Early at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we speak with another co-author of the Coach My Life Volume 3 Anthology. Don't forget to click the link, register, register, register. It's free. Saturday, December 5th. I'm excited. Kameika, thank you so much for rocking out with me on this fantabulous Monday evening. You have been the one to kick off our pre-launch to our third book. This is our third year. And what's so exciting about this is our third year doing the Coach My Life anthology. And so I'm so excited about the coaches who have already contributed to the project in the first 2 years, but I'm excited about this project in particular because one of the things that I was struggling with was how are we going to still bring forth a dynamic experience even in the midst of a pandemic. And this is why you have to join us for 5 ways to win, because you can tell I'm very transparent with the coaches. I'm like, listen, I don't know how this is about to work, but we're gonna make it work. And look, it is here. The book is done and we are ready. So make sure you click the link, purchase the book so that you can experience Kameika's story, have your own experience, have your own encounter, work through some of the strategies, the coaching strategies that she offer in the chapter. Really give yourself that space to heal. If you haven't personally experienced any type of grief or any type of traumatic loss, such as miscarriage or infant loss, maybe you know someone who has. Buy the book for them. We're in the holiday season. Bless someone's life. I promise y'all, the Coach My Life anthologies are always a blessing. Have a fantastic Monday, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, same place, same time, 7 p.m. Be blessed.
Bye.